Mike says, what is the name of that company at KSA? Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? Is that what you're talking about? What's KSA? Mike, are you talking about Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? That's where my mind's going. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about KSA, name of that company in KSA, what do you mean by that? Please explain, sir. While you're thinking, I'm going to look that up, what you're talking about. KSA. That's Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I mean, KSA. Yeah. And their biggest company there is Saudi Aramco. I mean, if that's what you're talking about. Saudi companies. There might be a couple of other ones that are huge, but that's the one that I always get solicitations to come work at. Wow, I wonder if... Oh, okay, nope. There, that's it. Yes, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Okay. Yeah, so look, check this out. So Saudi Aramco is actually the fourth. I did not know that. So Saudi Airlines rank in 1995, though. I think things have changed since then, to be honest with you. This might be old data. I want to say it says, oh my God, this is an old site. Oh my God, look at this site. Holy crap. This is 1990s right here. This takes me back. This brings back memories, doesn't it? Look at this site. Look at the design. Oh my God, look at the ads. Look at see how they have the background overlay? This is an old site. Holy crap, this is a relic from the past. That's amazing. I probably need to bookmark this. Wow, they have the overlay, the background overlay that you can do. All right, anyway, let me look up some other ones. Since largest companies in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, that's Saudi Aramco, like he said. Saudi Aramco. Yeah, there you go. Number 1 rank, Saudi Aramco. Number 2 is now Saudi Basic Industries. And then on down the road, let me see. Saudi Telecom Communications. I'm trying to see if I recognize any. Bank of Riyadh. Okay. There's a couple on here that I see pop up every now and then that they'll hire foreigners and they pay really well. And if you live out for the U.S. citizens anyway, if you live outside the country, you get like, I don't know, they knock off like the first $90,000 of your taxes or something like that. It's really hard to live there because they're very strict. And you know, unless you're already a Muslim, it's very, very strict. I mean, even for most Muslims, it's going to be really strict. You know, it's just really strict there, man. I know because I worked there. I was in there for the military and I was there as a contractor. So not Saudi Arabia. Well, actually, I was in Saudi Arabia. Damn, man, time flies, man. I was there in like the 90s or something. Was it the 90s? What year was that I was there? Wow, it was 2003. It was, I think, was that shortly? It was shortly after 9/11. Holy crap. Yeah, wow. Yep, that was shortly after 9/11 that I was there, stationed there in the military. Okay, anyway. Yeah, these guys hire people. They pay very well. Very, very well. I knew people who would work there, Americans who would work there for years, like 10 years, and all they were doing was just stacking money the whole time. Stacking money. Let me see. Hello, 1990s, Bill Clinton and friends on TV. Wow, yeah, that site is crazy, man. Wow, I can't even believe it. That's an old site. I'm not Muslim, but I can adapt. I take that instead of what is going on up here. So yeah, it's really good money. If I knew guys what they would do in Kuwait. Kuwait was one of the places I worked at. And Kuwait, by the way, had tons of other jobs. Like I was working for the army, but they had other jobs. Would get solicitations from other jobs when I was there that were willing to hire Americans for banks, for Saudi Arabia. Mostly was the oil companies. The oil companies were very open to foreigners, and not just U.S. by the way. They were open to Canadians, UK, India, like wherever. If you had the skills, they were willing to pay you well to do it. I've been seeing all kinds of ads on Twitter trying to get tech people and to move to Dubai to work. Oh, really? Dubai, huh? I've heard a lot of things. When I was in the Middle East, I was in the Middle East on and off for about a few years, actually. And I've been to Bahrain. I've been to Qatar. I've been to Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. I've been to, Seem? I've been to, oh man, where else? I've been so many places, and Afghanistan. Wow. That was crazy. I can tell you some stories about that one. But yeah, I was all over the Middle East, but I never got to check out Dubai. But basically what would happen was people would fly to Dubai as a vacation, because I guess Dubai was it's a pretty wild party place. And then like the decadence there, the amount of wealth that's held by so few people, the amount of wealth is so huge there. I mean, that's basically what they were saying, is that the level of wealth there, that it was, and more than one person said that they wanted to live there, Americans. So very, very, very interesting. Never got to go there. Kind of regret that I didn't at least check it out. I flew through there a couple times. That and was UAE and Abu Dhabi and stuff. I would have to fly through there, but I never lived there. So I kind of regret that, not checking it out for all those other people. Yeah, but if you're gonna go there, I'd say it's really good for people who don't have a family. Like if you don't have kids, if you don't have a wife, like if you're just a single person, who's just trying to make money, save a bunch of cash, and just do your thing, then it's really good for you. Like, and you can take it, like you can go there. Some people, how can I put this? Some people cannot adapt to other cultures, right? Me, I'm not one of those people. I can definitely adapt, and I found a lot of good things that, it's good and bad things with every place you go to, right? But for me, it was just about going there to work. It was just really hard on my family. If I could do it again, I would not do it because of my family. But it wasn't because of the culture. I'm not a heavy drinker. You can't really drink in certain countries and stuff. Somebody said the clearance, bro. Thanks for the advice on the countries in the Middle East. Yeah, I would say it's really good. So I knew a couple people who, what they would do, they were like single dudes, or their family was good with them being gone, right? Either single, or ladies, single people, usually on the younger side, and they would go over there and just work for like a year or two, and then they would leave. The average time there, I think, was about 1.5 to 2 years, and then they would leave. But there were a couple people who lived there a long time, and what they would do is they would save their money and go buy properties all over here and there. Because you'd have enough money at the end of a couple years, like you could pay off 100% of your debt, 100% of your debt, or you could buy properties or build another business while you're there. Like, you have so much cash that you can do stuff like crazy stuff like that, right? The smart people did. What you don't want to do is go there and blow all your money and then not have nothing to show for it when you get back. Like, don't do that. But yeah, I would say it's not a bad gig. Pros and cons to working in the Middle East. Start off with the cons. The culture, if you like freedom, if you cherish freedom, it's probably going to be hard for you. They're very strict there. You can't drink. Obviously, you can't smoke certain things. You can't. If you're a lady, in some countries, you got to wear the hijab. It's very hot, like very, very hot, right? I mean, obviously, but it's very, very hot, right? Words don't describe how hot it is. Go to Arizona, maybe by Death Valley or something. Go to California, Death Valley. That'll give you some idea how hot it is. But it's very hot, so that's a con. You can't really be outside during the day that much. People typically go out at night. That's how hot it is. It's kind of like Nevada and Arizona are probably good examples of how hot it is. It's a gigantic desert, right? Obviously. What other cons were there? Yeah, for me, the biggest one was just freedoms. Like, you don't have freedom of speech there. You know what I mean? You can't just you can't just go around saying what you want or doing what you want. You got to wear certain clothing. You have to watch yourself all the time. You need to respect their laws and their culture when you're there. And they have a lot of rules. So that's the con. Not necessarily the religion or anything. It's just amount of rules that you have to follow for me, The religion, like, as much as people talk bad about stuff there, as far as the religion, it's not. You meet some moderate people, just like here you meet moderate Christians or whatever. It's really not that much different. But the cultural rules are so extreme. The pros is you get a crazy money. You get that tax-free incentive if you're from the U.S. You can focus on just your career. You could take a time, like a year, just focus on one thing, on getting certifications. That's all I did, is I just focused on getting certifications. I focused on my career. I focused on learning. That's one good thing about it. There's not a lot of distractions. Since you can't party, you can't smoke, you can't, there's so many things that would normally get you focused on other things. Well, you can smoke cigarettes, but not marijuana or anything like that. You have to remain very focused, and I think that that's a con. For me, that's a pro. It was a very good thing to just focus on one thing. So those are the pros and cons of the Middle East. Oh, another huge pro is that you're closer to so many other great countries. You're closer to Thailand. I would highly recommend. I love Thailand. It's such an amazing people there. Their culture is beautiful. You're closer to all the Asian countries, many of the Asian countries. You're closer to Australia. You're closer to Europe. You're closer. You got all of this. You're way closer to everything. Like you get to see so much more culture. You're closer to Africa. Like there's so many. You can take all these little side trips and stuff. That's a huge pro. Like I would highly recommend traveling once you get there. It's not a bad gig.